welcome. Hi guys. We are actually at the Talyllyn. It's closed, obviously, but I needed somewhere to sit that didn't have kids on my lap, basically. So I've come down here. Thank you for tuning in. It's a very weird thing, and I've already got comments, which is really nice. Now then, this is how it's going to happen, okay? I've got a few things I want to go through with you. Before we get to that, we have notices. The notices are as follows. First thing is, I apologize for my skitty voice because I know a lot of people say my voice on the pre-recorded videos is very sort of soothing, but in real life I'm quite skitty, so I might talk slightly fast. There's that. Number two, we might get chased out because I don't know who's around. I'm hoping they'll accept me as one of their own because I'm a member and volunteer here and I'm not breaking anything. With that in mind, this is what I want to go through today. Firstly, I'm using the gimbal, which I did ask if anyone had used it before. But yeah, it seems all right. It's sort of staying fairly smooth as I'm talking, which is quite nice. What I want to go through, you're right there. Oh, I have found, I was thinking about you just before I started this. So we're doing a live stream. And I was thinking in the car, oh, if you wanted to see one person at the railway and companion, who would it be? It'd be Luke. Da, 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 da. So a lot of the... Hello, and obviously Kira. Oh, look, that's nice. I don't get that. You're live, it's actually live. So...
Well, I didn't know.
No, I know. What a nice surprise, eh?
Yeah, it's good.
So Luke is obviously pretty big on the railway. You do the YouTube channel. Yes. You have awards under your belt now, which is nice.
It's like terrifying.
And obviously behind, I think what a lot of my viewers are probably keen on is the Audrey extravaganza. Absolutely, as well. Yeah. Which is brilliant. Obviously I came up I don't know if I saw it. Did I see you on the Sunday? I came up for about an hour. Came up on the motorbike.
I saw you in passing on, I think, Monday or Tuesday.
Was it? Yeah,
I was on number one on Tuesday. So.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Yes.
And on the Audrey event, obviously, I came to see, I think I saw, was it the horse and cart leaving?
Yes.
Which was really nice to see. Also a great event. What are you up to at the moment? Oh, look at that, Luke the Legend.
Oh, no, Mum's birthday, so...
Oh, wow, where is she? Bring her down.
No, we just had a meal and before we just... pop in and see how everyone in the hostel's doing, and then
lovely.
You're on the platform, so it's like, oh,
yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's me. It's that guy. And Kira, I just mentioned as well, is behind a lot of the sort of sign writing. He did the sign writing on the YMG wagon. Is that correct? I believe you've taught. I can't remember who I was speaking to. Is it on Rusty? You were teaching someone how to do the writing.
I was showing my friend Amethyst how to do the sign writing.
There we go. So that's brilliant. There we go. And also, I noticed you've got the.
Oh yeah.
Drago Caddy, which is brilliant. If anyone's not seen that, that's like a kids program. Uncle Right?
Yes, second series, 22nd of October. They
22nd of October, brilliant. Oh, there we go.
Second series, if anyone does watch, it'll be on BBC iPlayer. There we go, I've done some.
There we go, there, promo. Lovely bit of promo there, delicious, juicy promo. Thank you very much. I don't know if you're going to.
Yeah, well, we'll go and say hi to everyone. But
yeah,
enjoy
that's
the live
brilliant.
stream.
Thank you for popping in there. Special guest, so I didn't tell him what was happening because I didn't know. So there we go. What a nice guy and lady. So on to what I wanted to speak about. The first thing is, how am I getting on with Nant Gwernol? Well, not as good as Corish, I will admit. There are things that I think I could do better. I know on the one video, a lot of people picked up on the fact I wasn't happy about how I made the moss. I still haven't actually found a way to fix that. So I don't know, I've got to play with a few more things. I'm at the railway. I've been up to Nant Gwernol Tuesday, I think it was, when Luke was firing number 1, which was nice to see. We went on number 2. I saw number 4, which I love in the grey. It's lovely. I'll sort that. What else have I got on there? Well, the last time you saw it with the moss, that's how it's looking now. Oh, someone is that watching on the webcam as well? Let's see. Can you see from here, or am I off the screen now? Figures, we've got the figures done, we've done the platform. It's basically just a lot of scenery. I think the biggest issue for me on Nant Gwernol is going to be, I like to make each video with a particular modelling interest in mind and focusing on certain bit. But because the rest of Nant Gwernol, apart from you've got the old line coming in with the tippers on, which I do need to model, and Alec at Westcliff Works has printed those for me, so I've got those. That'll be a separate piece. The river at the bottom, the stream, that'll be a separate piece. But the rest of it is just like loads of trees. So I've still got to sort of work out how I'm going to do the trees. Apart from that, Nant Gwernol is I'm quite happy with it. It photographs well. I think the lights are quite intense, which is really important. Someone did ask on the Q&A actually about if I had any modeling tips. One of them would be make sure your lighting's really good and make the model under the lighting you're going to show it on as well, because the colors, I think they call it Kelvin in lighting, is it alters paint and things like that. So make it under the light you intend to show it on. That's quite an important thing. That's a real tip. That's a genuine tip you can have. I'll look at my list now because I've got other things I need to talk about. Summary of how Nant Gwernol's going. We've done that. That's good. That's done. Possible change to video release days. Right. I want to talk about, because I think I've done it a few times. I do whinge about time that I've got spare, and people do ask how I get the videos done. Well, the issue I have is, so when I started Corish, I was actually off sick. I got COVID. I was hospitalised within 2020. And then I was off sick with long COVID for like 2 years. So I had this time I could do it. Whereas with Nant Gwernol, I've been going through my PGCE year teacher training, and now I'm a qualified chemistry teacher, and I've got a job starting in September full time. So how am I going to get modelling done and all these videos that do take a lot of time to do? So I don't know yet. I think I don't want to stop the videos. I don't want to end the channel because I enjoy it, and one of the benefits of the channel is that it pushes me to model more than I usually would. And I was discussing this with a friend the other day, that without the channel, all right, it's pressure to do the videos, but without it, I wouldn't even have probably finished Corish at this point. It really pushes you to do the work. And you as modelers, most of you model yourself here. And hi guys, I can see lots of highs in the thingy, so that's great. Hello, hello, hello. That you go sort of in and out of having enthusiasm for your hobby, so you lose motivation. So yeah, it's just a case of trying to get that to sort of stay on track, and pardon the pun. So yeah, I think what I'll probably do is drop it down to maybe one every 2 weeks instead, just to give me that time to do my planning and my work stuff. And then obviously I can get Nant Gwernol done and polished off. Most of the Roland stock's done. In terms of Roland stock, I've still got number one. Obviously, you've seen I haven't made number one. It will be in its current blue livery because it's current day. But what I'm waiting for is, well, one is Westcliff Works. Alec is actually producing a replacement body for the Scarloey because I'm not comfortable using the Scarloey as it is when you can do something better. So I'll do that. Endon Valley Decals as well is producing the Talyllyn name at the moment. So I've got to wait for that as well. That'll be number one done. Number three, we all know the issue with number three. However, Bachmann did release... Seagulls. Bachmann did release information that their handle is sort of still on the go, and they've got something to show at some point in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, about that, so we can use that. 4Ds, I know, are then going to be onto a body. On the sort of the talking about Falcon bodies, Mini Builds, who they're new to the market, but you know they produce that fantastic Clayton battery loco that I've made. Sorry, I've had fajitas. They are producing a new cab for the Chivas Fine Line kit, so that's another one. Did Bachmann release seagulls? No, but I think Model U produce seagulls, do they? Yes, and I will get them soon. Not today, though, because I got to wait for payday. If payday does come very soon, I think I'll end up getting... Have you seen that, is it Halgen in O-Gauge has released a Class 153, which with sound, it looks amazing, but it's about 500 and some pounds, so that makes me sweat a bit. Oh, okay, so I've got on my... This is literally, that's my planning, because I'm on holiday, so that's what this looks like. future plans. So when Nant Gwernol's done, I've spoken to a few friends about it who are modelers as well. And I wanted to sort of take a little bit of a break, maybe a couple of weeks off from the channel, just to say, give it a break, because I've been doing it every single week since I started doing it last year. But I've been approached by a company who, Rapido, it's Rapido, I'll just say that, who, I'm going to the exhibition in Kent with Corish this year. I think it's September, October, if anyone's watching who's going there. I'm taking Corish there. Yeah, September, the end of September, I think it is. And they have approached me to do a standard gauge. Well, they basically said, if there's anything I'd like to use of theirs, they'd love if I did. And I was like, I would love if I did as well, because I like free things. I wanted to do a standard gauge project anyway, but I like modern. I think it's because I grew up with the 158s and things, and the class 37, 97 comes up the Cambrian. I grew up on the Cambrian, so that obviously makes sense. You model what you remember, I suppose, as a kid. I think that's a really big part of it. But it is about me, and I do have to enjoy it, but it's also about you guys. If you watch the videos, it's got to be interesting for you. So I put that poll. There was a couple of polls yesterday. The results actually I thought were quite surprising, and it sort of shows really, because when I go to an exhibition and it's a standard gauge exhibition, you see a lot of sort of BR and sort of, you know, like just the same thing, or GWR. You see the same. They're nice, but you see a lot of the same things, don't you? So it does make sense that people might want to see something a little bit different or quirky, and sort of pre-grouping came out like a landslide. So there's a few projects I've thought about doing myself. One of them was Tanat Valley, and also the Talyllyn line, which I can't remember what they used on there, if they were Sharp Stewarts or not, but yeah, that would be a really interesting one. Or again, the Cambrian, I could do a little bit of the Cambrian. Anyone who knows me on Facebook, I was up at Penhelig station in Abu Dhabi the other night with the drone and started asking about, has anyone got drawings for that? Because I thought, well, that'd be a great place, because you're a nice little station on a curve. You've got 2 over bridges, you've got 2 tunnels. It's like a perfect place. So that's another option. Yeah, there's loads. And then modern era, I thought maybe Shrewsbury has a Colon Depot, if you've seen that. So you could have all these diesels on it, and that would be really fun. And you could put sound. I think it'll be a sound project. Whatever it is, I'll put sound. So there's that. But yeah, it's not like I'm going to stop modeling. I need to, I think, especially when I start my job, I'm going to have to reduce the amount of time I spend on modeling. So yeah, that's basically how it's going to go down. What else we got? Questions that you want to ask me on my piece of paper. Where is my piece of paper? There are some good questions, actually. It's quite funny how many of you ask about the Chorus Falcon. So I don't really have much to do with it. I've been behind it and I've stared at it with a face, like I said to Luke. I came up on the order event. Let's see on there first. So delete it from society. Will you ever make a layout a bit like Blend, like Stinyog, wherever? Okay, so like a transfer yard or something like that, 00 and 009. I could do. That's another thing. Another one I wanted to do was the Welsh Lanver transfer yards at the bottom. I have actually got a 7mm Bear Peacock, which obviously then you'd have to have, like a Minforth. Yeah, I know someone's making Minforth at the moment, aren't they? Which I'm not, they're the same people who make Bron Hairbog as well, so I'm not going to compete with them with that. But yeah, a transfer yard would be a really interesting one to do as well. Again, there's just so many options. I think what I might do is I'm going to spend some time. I think now I'm going to do pre-grouping. That seems to be a given. So what I'll probably do is spend some evenings looking at pre-grouped railways and sort of put maybe another poll up and get your feedback, really. I think that the important thing is you want to see something interesting, so I'll probably keep you in the loop and sort of mold it that way. And Rapido do a lot of pre-grouped engines as well, so I think that would probably tie in quite well to me getting nice free things, which is good. Do you bring your layouts to model railway exhibitions? Yes, I do. I've done not many. I did Mahuncleth last year to release Corish. I did Statfold. Joey, he's a brilliant photographer actually, but he's a friend of mine. I used to do commissions for him, or still do. Joey, I've still got him, more to do there. So I've done Statfold, and I'm doing in September. It is the say the Rapido one in Kent. If anyone's there, you live up in Scotland. Well, find an exhibition. Actually, I was invited to one in Scotland not long ago. Which one was that? Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, okay. Well, I'd like to do that because I'd like to come to Scotland anyway. Taff Valley Railway is another one. A lot of people have actually mentioned that, which is quite nice. Probably look into that as well. Let's have some questions to get those because I like to answer people's questions. So, will you ever do the rest of the Skarloey Railway characters? Okay, so I want to do that. Obviously the Audrey. Is Luke on the phone? Luke's on the phone. Alex, he's standing over there, so I might just shout over to him. The diorama challenge is like the perfect excuse for me to model the Skarloey. This year, I think I put on the video that there was a few that I wanted to do. There's a lot of scenes with Sir Handlin that I'd like to do. And obviously, as they come up, I'll probably make an engine to go with that. I think seagulls get a bad press. I really like them. I was told off the other night for feeding one out my hand, but you know, I'm on holiday, so I'm going to do that. So Bachmann are making a Sir Handel model. So it's this year. It'll be out this year, so that's good. I think it'll be Mainstone. There's a Paisley one in December. Okay, I need to see that. Oh, so it's volunteer. So Falcon Works, 1878. I can't remember if it was you or someone else who asked the same thing, but what's it like driving engines? Well, I don't drive engines. I've only volunteered last year. I was a cleaner and trainee fireman. But it was brilliant. Volunteering it's something I've wanted to do for a very long time, but just with funny sort of social skills and things, it's fitting quite well actually around railways, don't you? But I was sort of quite anxious about doing it, and I thought I'd take the dive last year. The first engine I cleaned was number 6, which I just love, because before that was quite controversial that I didn't like number 6 as an engine here, whereas a lot of people have it as their favourite. There's a cat on the railway. Probably won't come out with it on the. Hang on. Yeah, you can't see that over. It's a cat. Number 2 is horrible to clean because it's got so much piping. So as a cleaner, that's horrible. It's nice to ride. Number 7's good because you can climb up on it, which is fun. I didn't see number 4, but I love tattoos, so I would love to come back for that. In terms of funny stories, though, I don't really have any funny stories because apart from like sheep stopping trains and running, like there was one time I was opening the Pendry gates and we were like, where's the train? It was meant to be ages ago, and then all of a sudden you see a horde of sheep coming around a corner with a train really slow behind it, and it's like, okay, yeah, Wales. But it's not so much I have funny stories, it's more that, because I'm volunteered that much here, but it's more that it's just really nice. It's a really nice place to be. I can see why people like coming here. Like, you know, obviously we bring the kids here. I actually got married on this railway to my wife, which was nice. It's just a nice feeling. I like all the railways, really. I mean, my local is Welshbourne Lanver, which, yeah, I go on a little bit, not too much, but yeah, that's nice. Seagulls are awful, and I just buy some of their fibre in my bin. That's an incorrect view. So you need to amend that. If you had the opportunity, which narrow gauge engine would you most like to drive or fire? I don't know. I mean, the Garretts would be good, wouldn't they? Just because they're huge. I'm not actually too much of a fan of them to look at, but whenever, like, we went down, obviously I'm on holiday, we went down to Newquay to see dolphins yesterday on a boat, and we drove through Aberystwyth and we had to stop because the train was crossing and it was their Garrett, and it was like, oh, that's cool. Really cool. Favourite standard gauge heritage railway? Don't really go to that much standard gauge, but I like Llangollen just because there's a lot of very pretty stations on that railway. I keep meaning to go over to Nant to see that, but the other sort of what they've got for the Tannet. And actually, Oswestry's doing quite a lot. If anyone's in our area, hi Jacob, Oswestry's doing quite a lot, and they're doing little rides now, which is really nice. When are you going to build a 6mm kit of number 3? I am. I actually have half built one. It was, I've got the PDF, Sir Hayden, and it's, I think the chassis is done. I built it just before the channel, and I keep thinking every time I come to the railway here, oh, I could run it down in the garden, and then keep forgetting. Carol Flavin's here, if anyone knows Carol, lovely lady. Hello, hello. It'll be fun to see where you go with your new layout. Hello, and Alexa with new plugs. So well done. You've got lots of sockets, and that's the safest way to do it. So well done, Carol. That's really good. I'm glad that your house move has been a success, and you are in the house with more plugs. So that's nice. I saw suggested that the delivery was supposed to deliver. Yes. So the Kerr Stewart is. It's weird because people say about number 4, and I saw Luke was a good one the other day on Facebook because he argued the corner of them here that someone said, oh, it should be in its traditional livery, and it's like, well, actually, it hasn't really been TR green very much. It's been different shades of green. It would have been chorus red, obviously, and Peter Sam, it was red here, and when it was delivered to the chorus, it was most likely in grey. So it actually does have more of a standing in grey, and also what a great livery. I mean, has anyone come here and seen it in real life? It's so lovely, and because I'm not that much of a fan of number 1 in blue. It's taken a lot to sort of accept that, but when I saw the grey, I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so number 4 was likely online, which would make sense. Let's have another question because you've got lots of questions. Let's see. Yeah, so how do the 2 Falcons compare? Well, I've fired number 3, which is lovely. I do prefer the look of the older cabs, although number 10 has obviously got a slightly modified version. I think it's slightly higher, which does make sense because if you've ever sort of tried to stand in a Falcon, it's very squished. So I can see why they did that. It also looks a lot nicer to ride in that you've got a lot of airflow, and it's quite surprising in some engines how little air actually gets through, even if you have the windows and things open. So yeah, that's nice for them as well. I did go over to Chorus. When was that? They had they had a gala, and I met a cat there, which was nice. I thought it was going to come home with me, but the owner turned up to take it, so that was a shame. Do you look at the real railways and make bird's eye view? Yes. So if you watch it, sorry, for heaters again. If you watch my channel, which you should really, if you're watching this, I take the drone up to site and I take photos and put them into panoramic layouts, basically, that I can plot against. I did that with Nant Gwernol purely because there's not much information about it. When I made my 5.5mm Pendray, I had laser measured drawings from the railway to use, so that was sort of precision perfect, I suppose you'd say. And on Pendray, actually, a few people have asked, yes, that did go, well, it's still at my house, but it's going to a new owner, it's been paid for. He is actually, he's down in Cornwall, but he's got a connection to the Talyllyn, actually, that I believe his dad was with the original volunteers here, so he knows a lot of the big names in the railway, which is quite nice. Did you ever volunteer on Chorus? I did, but I volunteered on Chorus when I was still in high school. So when I was in high school, I left high school 2006, so it was about then. And I used to cycle up, so I lived at the time near Welshpool, and I used to cycle up here a couple times a week, I suppose, to see the railway and things like that. Oh, there you go. Someone said, did you actually sell Pendray? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's gone. Tom Rolt set a fire alarm off at the Audrey event. I didn't know that. I keep meaning to go to the Audrey events, but because obviously I've got young kids, and I think, well, they probably wouldn't like it, but I would like it, and they're an excuse to go. This year I went up, I said to Luke, for about an hour in the morning for a coffee, but it was great to see. It's such a nice event, and everyone is, there's a lot of different types of people there, and they're all very nice, so that's nice. How difficult was to cycle from Welshpool to Talyllyn? I used to just put music on my headphones, which is not great if you're cycling, but that's what I did. Takes about, was it about 5-6 hours at the time, but not really much of a sweat at all, because I think you just get it in your head what you're doing, and that's what you do, and then, yeah, it was lovely. I did want to do it again, but then I just learned to drive, and I was like, it's easier to just not bike there, isn't it? Are you planning on making a falcon from the Backmanson handle? Yeah, obviously I'm going to do that. Probably, well, we've got, how many we got? We got the Talyllyn Sir Hayden. We've got the chorus number 3 for the chorus project. We've got Sir Handle itself, which I'll have to remake like I do the others. And probably number 10 as well. So I've got 4 that I'm going to need to do. So that'll be a good one. Have you fired number 1? Don't think I did. I think number 1 was still in the works when, yes, it was still getting painted when the last week I was at the railway. I think it was when number 1 was coming out the shed for tests and things. So didn't actually get on that one, but I like the look of it. Like, I don't like the blue that much, but I like the cab shape and things on number 1. It's a pretty one. Do you think you could ever be tempted to try some N-gauge? Now, N-gauge is something at the moment I don't have any of, but me and my friend James Hilton, which you probably know the name of, makes lovely books and lovely commission work. We were planning to make projects together. He models in N a lot, so I went along with that. I ended up getting a couple of yellow 37s, and we were going to go for like an old Cambrian. Well, I say old, it was going to be because he likes older stuff and I like newer stuff. We were going to make a layout that could run both. But we just ended up not doing it in the end, actually. It was my fault. I ended up doing a channel and doing my PGCE, and I just couldn't keep going with everything. And as you know, I'm quite skittish with what I like to do. So I've got the 7 1/4 in the garden that I'm still building. 16 mil, I would like to finish my Sir Hayden. There's the 009, and now there needs to be standard gauge as well. Either 00 or O, depending on what I do. I really hope number 1's blue livery stays for a long time because it looks beautiful. Yeah, all right, it does look nice, but it's just not. I don't know, what would I like number 1 in? Because I'm not... I've always thought you could have number 1 and number 2 in TR green because they're TR engines. You could have number 3 and 4 in their chorus liveries, and then 6 and 7 you could just like do what you want with. It would be interesting to see 7 in a different livery, maybe like black, like lined black, like like Penryn or something like that, like nicely lined in black. I think that'd be quite striking with its tanks. But I don't know, we'll see if they ever do anything like that. I think that's it for your... Did I write any more down? Or not? Or have you got any more questions? Any tips for... Yeah, okay, so someone asked for any tips on a 009 project. That was, I did say, like, that was quite open-ended. They did go on to ask about... so I was just waving to Luke and his partner. What was I talking about? Oh, tips. They asked about, like, covers for your layout, and I've never done that. When they're in the room, they're just sitting in the room, and then I'll hoover them if I need to hoover them, but that's as far as I go. If you wanted to put a cover on, I did think, depending on, I don't know who, if you're watching who asked that, and you mentioned like a glass cover, maybe like you could design it to fit under a fish tank. You know, if it got like an old fish tank and put that upside down, and it would be like a sealed thing, like the, you know, like Beauty and the Beast has the rose and it has a thing that sits on its glass. That'd be nice, you know, for heaters again. We have a 7 1/4 inch track in Newtown. Yes, I know, and I've been there a few times and taken my kids on it. And I've seen that you're doing a new loop there as well, I think, because I don't live too far from Newtown. I've got an engine. I did put a photo of it on not long after I bought it, because I said when I finish whatever project I'm doing, I'll probably start doing more on that and I'll document it on the channel. So I've got the Pug something Pug. Someone will know what it is. It's a big diesel, but it's a battery engine. And I was like, I don't want the 7 1/4 to feel like a small railway that you sit on. I want it to feel like a miniature full-size railway, so an actual working miniature railway. So I'm building my wagons to actually be useful and carry, like, I don't know, well, chickens now. We've got chickens, so I'll make a chicken carrying one. But the engine itself, you sit inside. It's a big engine, so heavy. And I've got a friend who lives next door. He's a tractor engineer, and he's built like an ox. So like he carries, it's like gravity and things don't matter to him. He just carries things. So I got him to help, and even he struggled lifting out the car. But we're taking out the sort of the batteries and the motors and things, and we're going to be putting in an actual diesel engine, a tiny. I think he got it off temporary traffic lights. So like a tiny little engine, but it will give it like that chug that I want from it to feel like an actual engine. So that'd be cool. But again, I'll put that on the channel. Any other tips? No, just watch the channel, and I suppose I come up with tips as I go. So a lot of my techniques, I've seen how other people do things, but a lot of what I do because it suits my style. And I said, like, some people using my black wash and say I can't do it. I'm like, well, try something else maybe. I do want to try weathering engines with an airbrush because they look quite nice doing it like that. But I just find the black wash is so easy and quick. It's simple. It seems to be like I haven't ruined any of my stock so far. It's not ruined any mechanisms or anything. So it seems quite safe. So I'll probably carry on with that. Would you ever bring a layout to North Wales? Yeah, I would. Where in North Wales? Have you got an exhibition that you know of? Like I say, I won't do any more this year, and it's too late probably to do it. But if you've got any, maybe next year, especially, like I say, because I'm a teacher now, I'll have to have like holidays really are better. So like summer holidays, Easter, Christmas, I don't probably mind. I suppose there'll be a couple of weeks there. But yeah, summer or bank holidays, or one-day events at the weekend is probably best. When do you do your volunteering at TR? I did it, what did I say, last year? Yeah. Was it last year or the year before? No, maybe it was the year before. Last year? The year before, I think it was. I can't remember. I haven't been for a bit because I've been doing my training, so that's that. I've always been terrified of weather and anything. Yeah, it's not for everyone, but I can't stand the look of engines that aren't weathered. Even, like I say, you've seen me make things like TR number 4 that it's basically fresh out the shop, but I've weathered it lightly because as soon as it comes out onto the track, it's going to be dirty in some way. So I think with anything like that, if you're scared, just keep trying, or start on something that doesn't mean much to you, so if you do screw it up, it doesn't matter too much. Which is better for TR engines, 1, 2 or 7? See, again, I chose number 2 for my wedding train. And whenever you see it, like, oh, it's classic in photos, isn't it? But I like number 7. I don't know. I don't think there is a favourite. I just won't answer it. I won't answer that because I think even on your, how I'm feeling on a particular day, I might prefer a particular engine. So I can't answer that. Right, I'll just start wrapping up. So I'll just answer a few more. So will you keep in mind for sorting out Model U open day? Yeah, keep that in mind. When is that? Because I can say I do a lot with Model U, and I see them at exhibitions and things, and I think they're down at the Rapido event as well, so it'd be nice because they've not actually seen the layout in person, but I know that they asked for pictures of Corish to go up on something they're doing in the office, which is quite sweet of them, and obviously quite a compliment, especially as I got slagged off for my figure painting the other day from a figure painter they use, so that was great. Would you ever try modeling 09 scale? Yeah, I would. I like things like that, as long as there's one, it's at Shifting Sands and things like, I like the look of, and Fairborn as well. I like to do something like a miniature railway. And I want to do something with sand and things at some point, so that'll be another one I do. But again, it's like, how many projects do you want to do? Loads is the answer. No matter how much you clean a steamer, yeah, exactly. You'll always get certain things on it, and that's the point, isn't it? We'll be doing a bit more at the Loop Newtown today. Yeah, great. Okay, well, I think it's really good. Newtown, that part of Newtown, if anyone ever goes down there, is really come on leaps and bounds. Actually, they've got the play parks are lovely, and the riverside is lovely, and even the walks, and even a skate park they've got down there is quite nice for a skate park, So yeah, well, I think it's good for the railway, and like I say, I've taken my girls on it quite a few times, so that's lovely. Will you be having lights on your layout? Yeah, I do. I'll take it when I'm back home. I'm back home tomorrow. I'll take a photo of my lighting setup because it's not pretty, but it's the same light. If you've seen Chorus at an exhibition, it's the same lighting but just longer. So it's got 4. I'll do let's just do, yes, there we go. So Howard Asser, it said the lighting was useful. I'll do a clip. Yeah, okay, I'll show you the lighting on. What's the next video? Well, tomorrow will obviously be this because I've been on holiday. And next Friday is the RNAD vans, which they haven't got one here at the moment. What have we got if I turn the camera around? There's the Bagleys. But I wanted to do the two vans they had. I think the one's gone, actually. They had the green one. They had one they were borrowed from Chorus. And I've built, there's Seagull. I've built those. So, yes. There you go. That's how long we've been here now. Once every 2 hours or so, and we've seen it. Yeah, so I'm doing the vans, and Endon Transfers has sent me transfers to finish them off for this week. So I'll finish them off and get those in. And then the next week, oh, someone asked about the Scarlowy stuff. So Mini Builds and Nigel Brooks from Brooks 3D have both sent me like prototypes of wagons they thought I could have a go at. Like both of them have done the TR Slate wagons, but there's other bits as well. And I want to do them as Scarlowy wagons. So when I run Nant Gwernol, I can take all of the TR stock off and I can run Rheneas and Scarlowy with these wagons and also possible Scarlowy coaches and have a different thing, which is quite nice as well. I love a 158. I don't love how expensive it is. I very nearly yesterday bought the sound version because I think, James sent me a link to a, can't remember if it was at Kerno, was it, who had 25% off. And I was like, yeah, but it's still like £400. So that was scary. Yeah, anyway, every time I check the webcam, that open coach is here. Yeah, so I think the idea with this open coach, they leave an open, hang on, there we go. They leave an open coach here, I'm assuming, because they usually have an open in the trains, but if they have extras, they can stick it on the front. I gather that's what they do because that's what I see them do. Could be something else, and I'll get corrected. So I'm going to wrap it up because I want to go for a cup of tea now. So thank you very much. This has been a weird thing because you don't see me very much on the channel. I don't talk live very often, but luckily I do talk to myself quite a lot. So it's been fairly easy to drivel on. What's that, 40 minutes? 40 minutes you've sat here and watched me doing this. There's nothing else you can do. Shocking. Do some modelling. Do some modelling. What are you doing? Go on, last thing now. Comment now, what are you making at the moment? Is anyone actually making anything? Maybe I should do... Yeah, cheers, guys. We all have no lines, yeah. See, that's the problem, isn't it? We get so absorbed into stuff, but it's great, and it's so nice that I can do this and talk to you. I'm gonna try and do more of these because these lives, it's so, dogification kit, that's awesome. A bridge, what bridge? Messing my 009 layout and scenery. ON30. See, I've never done anything with American, like ON30 and things like that, but I know people, I've got friends who do model that, which is lovely. Corrugated roofing, I love corrugated iron. Scarlowy engines, spaghetti bolognese, yes, that counts definitely. I don't know if it's full, I'm assuming full scale, unless you're on a diet. What has you got there? Colonial, making a Dublin. Wow, okay, wow. So we're all doing stuff, which is good. That's the point. So you've earned this 38 minutes to sit here and do this. So thank you very much. I'm going to go now. It's actually stopped raining because Towyn's been atrocious today. It sort of comes out. It's quite nice now. I'm going to go and have my cup of tea. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I will, well, I'll see you again. I'll do this again because it's nice. Maybe I'll go to a different railway. Maybe I'll pop up at different railways. We'll do that. Right. Thank you very much.